today on 15 on 15.
Minister Otmar Odeber suggests using the Aruba Tourism Authority's emergency funds for diversification within the American market. Plus, local athletes Kira Hooverts and Anouk Ayman are off to their Olympic qualifying competition. And local MMA fighter Gregory Milliard brings the title back to his island. Thank you for joining us on another edition of 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV with Daniela Piazzi. Let's get started with our latest local news topics. Following the approval of Parliament for the Aruban budget of 2016, the Minister of Tourism, Otmar Odeber, discussed a change in the tourism strategy. This is mainly due to complications within the Latin American market. On Tuesday afternoon, the Aruban Minister of Tourism, Otmar Odeber, met with the Parliament's Commission of Tourism and Economy to discuss a change in this year's tourism marketing strategy. The ministers proposed diversification within the American market, considering the challenges the Latin American market is currently facing and the lack of growth within the European market. This does not mean that marketing will stop in certain regions, but rather a bigger push will be made in a variety of U.S. states. For the past 14 months, the American tourism market has seen substantial growth, and these visitors have contributed to Aruba being the second most American visited destination in the Caribbean. The subject of other accommodations was also brought forward to begin partnering with websites such as Airbnb, Flipkey, and HomeAway to guarantee the satisfaction of the island's visitors. During this assembly, Minister Odeber suggested the emergency funds of the Aruba Tourism Authority be accessed to invest in these markets. He states that the island must be proactive, considering the fact that this is the country most dependent on tourism in the world. Moving forward, we are back on the topic of the presence of Zika virus on the island. Recently, a Dutch virologist stated on international media that he believes Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao can expect a Zika epidemic. Here is more on his statement. According to Byron Martina, a virologist at the Erasmus Medical Center in Rotterdam, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao are on the cusp of a Zika epidemic, and he emphasizes that cooperation between the countries in the kingdom is crucial to combat Zika. The Dutch Parliament discussed the Zika virus on Wednesday. Public Health Minister Edith Schippers had said that a sense of urgency in the Dutch Caribbean is sufficient. The minister will introduce a new law in April that will make the central government responsible for preventing the establishment of tropical mosquitoes in the Netherlands. Currently, this is the responsibility of municipalities. The minister thinks that measures can be better enforced under national supervision, and the mosquitoes have already arrived in the Dutch Caribbean on the islands of Saba, Statia, and Bonaire. In other news, the past couple of years, the Aruba airport have undergone an exceptional amount of infrastructural and systematic renovations. In a year alone, the Aruba Airport Authority has been able to simplify the way travelers arrive and depart the island. Therefore, they have been awarded on many international platforms for the innovative methods, and this week, for the second time in a row, the Aruba Airport Authority received the America's Routes Marketing Award for their unique methods of promoting their island. For the second year in a row, the Aruba Queen Beatrix International Airport has been announced to be the winner of the Under 4 Million Passengers category of America's Routes Marketing Award, as the best regional airport in its category. Routes America is the only route development forum in the entire American region. This year's event welcomed the highest number of delegates in its 9 years of history, 750 compared to 650 in 2015. This was the 10th nomination for Aruba for the Routes Marketing Award in the Under 4 Million Passengers category. The annual Routes Marketing Award is recognized worldwide as the aviation industry's most important award. Airlines are requested to cast their votes for those organizations that provide the best overall marketing services to them. In the category won by Aruba, Charleston International Airport and the International Airport of Curacao took second and third place. Aruba's airport also received honorable mentions in the category of fastest growing routes and fastest growing markets in 2015. The airport of Aruba managed over 2.8 million passengers. Forecasts for 2016 show continuous growth for Aruba's airport in the number of flights and passengers coming through the terminal. We'll be back with more English news right here on Channel 15 ATV after a word from one of our sponsors. we come back from the break, Aruban synchronized swimmers Anouk Ayman and Kira Hooverts are en route to an Olympic qualification. Thank you for staying with us right here on Channel 15 ATV. Aruba synchronized swimming duet Anouk Ayman and Kira Hooverts have been top contenders over the past 2 years for an Olympic qualification. Both these athletes moved away at a young age to fight for this Olympic dream. Now the qualifying competitions is almost here for these talented girls. Synchronized swimmers Kira and Anouk Ayman are off to Brazil for the Olympic qualifying championships on March 2nd until the 6th. This duo will be competing for an Olympic qualification, from which only 8 teams are selected and 24 duets from around the globe. In recent years, these young athletes packed their bags and moved their lives to San Antonio, Texas, to pursue the life of a professional athlete. Ever since this duo has competed in international championships around the globe in the hopes of being eligible for the Summer Olympic Games in Rio. The youngest of the two, Kira Hooverts, was on 15 on 15 in late October as she mentally prepared for the months to come.
We're actually excited, but we're also sort of nervous, but we've learned how to deal with our nerves. We never let our nerves take control of how we swim or how we perform. But we're every time we talk about it, we just kind of smile. We're just it's kind of unreal. It's really big and different, and I don't know, it's unreal.
At the age of 17, Kira competes with the top elite athletes in the world, along with her Aruban duet partner, Anouk Ayman. Now, as the days come closer, this dream may about to become a reality. For their final preparations, they would like to invite supporters amongst the Aruban community to attend a final viewing of their duet routines on Thursday, the 25th of February at 6:30 at Olympic Pool in Savaneta. For more information and updates on this young duo, you can visit Barracuda's Aruba Facebook page. Moving forward, big news from Facebook today. There have been quite a lot of buzz about renovating the like button, and now it is finally here. The popular social media page has released reactions today, a new way to express your feelings on your friends' posts every single day. Sometimes the like button just isn't enough when expressing how you feel about a Facebook post. That is why Facebook is now debuting the reactions feature for 1.6 billion of its users around the world. By popular demand, Facebook is going beyond the ubiquitous thumbs up button with a new shorthand to express the thoughts and feelings, acknowledging that like isn't the right sentiment for every occasion. The giant social media network is offering new options. Reactions 5 emojis are rolling out with a click of a button. You can choose from new emotions when commenting on a status update. Tap on love, haha, wow, sad, or angry to express your reaction. Posts in Newsfeed will now show a tally of the reactions, how many loves, how many wows a post gets. Facebook says it's conducted research for more than a year, tapping focus groups around the world and surveys and poring over short 1 to 3 word comments. Emojis or in virtual stickers to determine the emotions most people feel and want to express. The winners were the 5 emojis that translated to cultures around the globe. This feature should become available on the island within the next couple of days. And for mobile devices, be sure to update the Facebook app. In other news, the chocolate producer Mars Inc. is reportedly recalling millions of chocolate bars after plastic was found in chocolates in the European region. Mars Inc. has recalled chocolate bars and other products in 55 countries, mainly in Europe, due to choking risk after a piece of plastic was found in Snickers bars in Germany. All of the recalled products, which include Mars, Snickers, Milky Way bars, were manufactured in a Dutch factory in Veghel. They were sold in European countries, including Germany, France, Britain, and in certain countries in Asia. The recall in effect since Monday follows a complaint from a consumer in Germany who found red plastic in a Snickers bar and sent it back to the company. It was not immediately clear how much the complex recall would cost to the company, which is unlisted and therefore does not disclose detailed financial information. Consumer product recall can result in heavy reputational hits and financial crisis. As for Aruban purchases, the island's public health department said there should be no concerns at all about Mars products because they are imported from their U.S. brand. We'll be back with more 15 on 15 after a quick commercial break. After the break, local MMA fighter wins international championship belt. right here on Channel 15 ATV. This week, Aruba's welcomed its first international MMA world title holder. After a rigorous MMA fight in Detroit, Michigan, Aruban champion Gregory Milliards brought home the middleweight professional champion belt. On February 20th, Aruban-born fighter Gregory Milliard traveled to Detroit, Michigan as the first local to fight for an international MMA title at the TXC Professional World Championship.
I was the first Aruban competitor for the title. They had 4 title holders that night. 3 stay in the U.S. Because had a couple of guys out of Canada, I think out England, and I was the only one from Aruba fighting for the title, and other competition they are from different islands. But 3 titles stay in the U.S. This was the only title that came back on the island, so the only title that the U.S. lost.
Milliard's team included his local friends, trainers, and a third-degree black belt from Brazil, whom all helped him train and strategize over the course of 3 months in preparations for this fight. The competition itself was quite challenging. The fight lasted 25 minutes against Chamé Garcia, a fan favorite from Puerto Rico.
Chamé Garcia is a Puerto Rican, but he's living in the U.S., in Detroit. He was the favorite guy. The odds that night was 8% for me to win the fight, and he was 92, so a lot of people lose their money that night. So he's a high quality. He was 81, if I'm not mistaken, on his professional record. He has also a nice amateur record. And he was one of the prospects of them to go in the bigs, you know, and he just came out of the Bellator. And when they gave me an opportunity to fight him, I took him, and I worked very hard because I know it was only one opportunity I had to make a big difference, not only for me, it's also for the island. I want to show that we come from a small little island with a population of 100,000 people, but we have the capacity to compete with people with a big country.
And although Milliard seemed to be the underdog in this fight, he believed his determination landed him the title.
My technique and my confidence, because I work very, very hard. Since I left the island, my mind was on the belt. I showed them that since I reached, I said the only things I wanted to do is win the title. And I wanted to win the title bad. I was hungry, I was determined. So that was the difference, me and the guy. I was determined. So no, they could have put the biggest guy on top of that. He couldn't beat me that night because I was really, really hungry. I wanted to bring the title back to show to my people because I'm from the island and a lot of people follow me, kids follow me, and I want to be an example for them.
The next step for this athlete is a UFC fight, which will take place for the first time right here on the island in April. Thank you so much for watching. These were your local news updates and trending Aruba topics. Be sure to like our 15 on 15 Facebook and Instagram page for all of your latest news updates. Also, don't forget to tune back in tomorrow night at 7:15 p.m. for more 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV. See ya then.